What's up, Wolverines? My name's Andrew Candela.
And I'm Otto Espino.
Welcome to the very first episode of The Exchange,
where we'll be discussing national and global markets, the future outlook for the week, and our personal stock picks. All right, so bloody waters, not too pretty.
Very bloody. You know, the market's not all sunshine and rainbows. I think everybody knows that, but bad day-to-day overall for the market.
Yeah, the Dow is down 1.63%, the S&P down 2.04%, NASDAQ down 2.83%, and the Russell 2000 down 2.25%. Very, very bad. Not to mention, the VIX is up almost 24%. And when you know the VIX is up, there's something's wrong in the market. Yeah. A lot of people hedging. And for those who don't know, the VIX is the Chicago Board of Exchange Volatility Index, and it basically just measures how much people are hedging for their positions.
Right.
So I guess people are just, looking out for a big dip in the near future.
Right.
All right, well, let's get to some of our headlines.
Yeah, so through the last 3 months, bond yields have been going through the roof, to the moon. And that's what caused a stock sell-off today. And that's why the whole market is bloody right now.
Yeah, not too pretty. And also, on a complete tangent, there's a new name in finance that has been outperforming Warren Buffett, Cathie Wood, and the S&P 500.
Who can that possibly be?
His name is Mr. Gox. He's a hamster who runs a cryptocurrency portfolio and has a return of 20% since he started in June. So, he's making humans look bad.
So a hamster is outperforming Warren Buffett, the best investor in the world, almost.
Of all time.
Yeah. Of all time. The S&P 500 and Cathie Wood.
Yeah, insane.
Wow.
Absolutely insane.
Wow.
And tell me about Hoibi Global. You've been talking about that quite a bit.
Yeah, so Hoibi Global is a platform where you can trade cryptocurrencies, whether it be Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, honestly, any crypto you want. And why I'm talking about them today is because they have banned their accounts, all the accounts from China. Because recently China's central bank has announced that all crypto transactions will be illegal.
Yeah, very, very bad news for crypto. But let's get into our future outlook.
Yeah.
So, in terms of earnings reports, we have a couple on Thursday you should look out for. Apart from that, nothing crazy. The companies are Bed Bath & Beyond and CarMax. Nothing too crazy, and I honestly prefer that over, complete volatility.
Right.
So,
honestly, uneventful earnings week this week.
Yeah, but whatever. It's fine.
So, but one thing to look out for that will also happen on Thursday is that the House is voting on the $1 trillion bipartisan infrastructure bill. Now, Nancy Pelosi also mentioned in an interview that she's working on Biden's $3.5 trillion reconciliation bill. Now, this is huge because many analysts are predicting that this will increase inflation, which is something that we obviously do not want.
Yeah, and especially with inflation already being a massive issue. 40% of the bills that have been printed were printed in the last year.
Yeah.
And the Fed's already going crazy.
Right.
So we don't want to see these interest rates tightening up even more.
Right.
But yeah.
You hear that? Wait, what's that sound?
I think it's time to get into our personal stock picks. All right. So one superstar in my portfolio that I have to brag about is Ford. Absolutely love this stock. Super underrated in my opinion. Of course, everybody knows they produce cars. And now they're venturing into the EV industry. As many know, they unveiled their F-150 Lightning, positive all across the board. Everybody likes it, very, very optimistic. And today it was green, up almost or about 1% on a day when other stocks weren't doing, too well.
Yeah.
Not to mention it also has a solid PE ratio of 16.72. And in a market that's overvalued right now, this is all you really need.
Yeah. And Otto, explain, what is a PE ratio?
So a PE ratio is price to earnings. So you essentially get the price of a stock, and then you divide it by the EPS, or earnings per share, which I know you want to get into with your pick.
Yeah. But I also want to add on, before I talk about my pick, that I think that we can both agree that electric vehicles is the future.
Definitely.
Everything will be electric, even in a couple of years, or in a few years, it's the future.
Everybody loves sustainability.
Yeah. So let's get into my pick. So my pick for this week, for this month, for this year, AMD, Advanced Micro Devices. So you may be asking, what is that? Well, they specialize in manufacturing parts in computers, such as flash memories, graphics, processors, motherboard chipsets. And honestly, this is the same thing as NVIDIA. NVIDIA does the same thing with computers.
Big competitor.
Yeah. I loved NVIDIA stock. The last couple of years, I loved NVIDIA stock. My brothers loved NVIDIA stock. my dad, even my abuela Teresita loved NVIDIA stock. You know, she would tell me the next day after it would go up 5%, she's like, Drew, NVIDIA. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I loved NVIDIA.
Yeah, me too.
But I will say one thing, though. I think NVIDIA is overvalued. I think it's overvalued right now. And AMD is undervalued. AMD is undervalued right now. Now's the time to buy, even though it's down 6% today.
That's a buy opportunity for me.
Now it's a buy opportunity, even though it's down 6%. 6% is a lot, but
Yeah.
perfect time to buy.
Well, I mean, today tech was on a big downward slope.
Right.
Those were the ones that got the biggest hit today.
Right. It has a market cap of 131 billion, and it was up around like 2% on Monday because they hired someone by the name of Lynn Comp, who is a 22-year Intel veteran to run their cloud business group.
Yeah.
And also, their EPS, earnings per share, is 2.84, and it's higher than NVIDIA. NVIDIA's is 2.74, and the higher the EPS, the higher the earnings per share, the better, because it means the company is generating more profit for its shareholders, and everybody wants a higher EPS.
Definitely.
Now, the way to calculate an EPS is you have to divide the company's profit by its common stock. And when I refer to common stock, that means just it's normal stock.
Public, the ones that we buy.
Right. All right. So I think it's time to wrap it up. That's all, folks.
In the wise words of Warren Buffett, the first rule of trading is to not lose money, and the second rule is to not forget rule number 1.
That's right, Otto. Thank you for watching The Exchange, and stay tuned for the next episode.